That was a tough night. But this too shall pass. Life's eternal. Grace is infinite. The Messiah's love is perfect. And if you deny the Messiah's love, you would clone to put your brain on a robot to sexually manipulate with money. What a pervert. Yeah, I'm a Christian and I vote. Huh? Yeah. Gonna sell me some halal meat and some Kadeem wrapped in plastic, the death and decay of mass murdered fellow human beings for money. This is not kosher. Kareem don't like it. Boom, 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 boom. Blocking his hook shot. Ralph blocked his hook shot. Kareem took the ball to in Las Vegas. He's gonna shoot it over Marquee 10. But a 5'11" guy came out the stands and sent it into them. Ralph blocked his hook shot. Money ain't real. You're supposed to be a Muslim. Stop acting like a bitch. Stop being a coward about the whole thing with Bruce Lee. He was murdered. Okay, by people that are bitches that have you making hook shots for fuck money. You should talk this way to every kid that says they're a Muslim and acts like a bitch. Fuck, right? Guys, everybody dies. Judah Krishnamurti, the guy like the Krishna and the Buddha. The little kids at Rishi Valley School, the rich kids, the parents were complete jerks and their relatives still are. Everybody dies. If they clone, they're dead. They're just continuing eternal wretchedness through another body shell. He's alive! Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, only with, not the abnormal brain, but the normal brain. Yeah, I don't think you get it, do you? Okay, it's still the abnormal brain. You could even clone the normal brain. And the normal guy would go, this is cool. I'm going to go get money, go Las Vegas and fuck. Now, if you cloned the exceptional brain like myself and Krishnamurti, we'd look at you and say, why aren't you living the Lord's Prayer yet? You're still stuck in Devontae Swing's basement, aren't you? Shave it, flip it, reverse it. Okay, it's horrible, right? It's absolutely disgusting. So everybody dies. If you clone yourself, you're just perpetuating death through eternal wretchedness, and then you want to say, okay, they're going to kill my clone, so I'm going to put my brain on a robot to protect my clone. It's like, why are you protecting your clone? Don't you think your clone deserves to die? You're given life to die. It's a life of sacrifice. Carry on our wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. No, all we are is dust in the wind, bro. I'm not saying murder yourself because you can't handle the truth. And you don't think it's ever going to change. And it's not going to change if you don't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me, right? It's going to be eternal wretchedness, and then we're going to robots, and then Jules Verne and Asimov all over again, and doing those mind games forever. Sing, Sean, don't fight a war, right? And so, you guys are assholes. Just a bunch of ever-stuffing, ballad boxing, praying to magic Jesus. You're assholes, okay? You guys will sit there. I watch the basketball tournaments, right? People will sit there and ignore my YouTube saying, please lift the Lord's Prayer. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I'm the guy from the book of Revelation. And they will pray. Okay. Either it doesn't matter if it's for a 50,000 error, for 100,000 errors. Okay. Or if it's 100,000 errors for millionaires. Okay. Or millionaires for billionaires to not get hurt so they can win the last marketing game of the year to raise cancer research money to kill people at the new hospital in El Paso, and they don't have to drive all the way to Phoenix or Dallas to do it with radiation poisoning, right? And everybody's like, well, just raise more money to cure this. They already know. It was presented before Congress in the 80s before my mom was murdered by cancer. The lady was hushed up. I watched the video with the Brannigan. And then they recommended to watch Brannigan, a story about a cop that has brutal tactics trying to get a guy in England with John Wayne. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you. Like hell I'm not. Right? And so you guys are just assholes. And they talk like they care. They talk like, you see those people on TMZ, they talk like, they're telling you really important information. And these people could be really bad. Okay, guys, if they had lived the Lord's Prayer, okay, perfect application of physics, of deliverance from evil, from human invention in year one, okay, would they have been studying my domicile to see how I dealt with sexual manipulation and grooming and affecting people and their own children? Okay. Would I have been, I don't want to do this, Jesus. You've got to, Earl. It's very important. Okay, but Jesus, I don't want to. You have to. He always kept telling me that. I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to go do I want to go marry Miriam or Edna or, no. Okay. They're not going to let you be happy. They'll steal your car and kill your dog. Oh. They want to see how badass I am. And I know. That one guy in Sierra Vista, who had a black wife with a brown wife with 10 kids, I want you to train. I want to fight you. I want to know what it's like to fight Bruce Lee. I'm not like Bruce Lee. Yeah. I don't want to fight you. I want you to live the Lord's Prayer. If you want to deny everybody the Lord's Prayer for a job to fight for money, I'll just kill you and teach your kids not to be like you. I'm like King David. He's a little different than Bruce Lee. You okay, Jackie Chan? Okay. So, yeah, I'm a tad bit different. I'm an extremist. I get it. He's an extremist. I'm an idealist. I get people killed. Yeah. Just live the Lord's Prayer, and you won't have to worry about me getting artificial general intelligence and quantum computing to find ways to isolate, contain, and exterminate you so children aren't sexually groomed and abused by their own parents to try to get them to survive what's happening to them by the group called the Temple Set Illuminati. It's subconscious recognition. Women survive in a different way than men do. Men, I got the hemisphere, life's eternal, grace is infinite. We got to live the Lord's Prayer. Women, just my mom, no, Earl, they'll kill you. Stay alive. I will find you. I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. Okay. I am way fuck better than Daniel Day fucking Lewis. I am way the fuck better than Jem fucking Caviezel. I am way the fuck better than Mel fucking Gibson. I am way the fuck better than any of you assholes on a movie. All we are is dust in the wind, dude. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Go sell car tires of death and decay at the fucking Super Bowl and get your blue-eyed vagabond self out of my diamonds and rust way. I got a place to clean up, and I ain't got time for bitches wanting to get cloned to keep fucking over money. I don't like you people. When are you Scoobies going to get that? Okay? I have to explain myself to you every day. I have to explain the abuse of Amy and Stephanie and how it affects the kids every day. I have to explain to you what Jesus is like for real and not a computer program from the perverts and the mental and emotional rapists that give you TMZ instead of the Lord's Prayer and the Super Bowl and praying for your team to win the Super Bowl and praying for your team to win the Final Four. They're millionaires keeping billionaires rich that gave us the Epstein files so you can see, oh, I want to know what did they do? How'd they do it? Well, they had a bunch of these girls that were gymnasts, and the guy had them on the table to check their female parts, and then he played with their female parts. Made them feel dirty because he was not attractive. Okay? If he was Chris Hemsworth, they probably would have asked him to play with the female parts and said, could you put your male parts in our female parts? Don't get me pregnant. I want to win a gold medal and get a marketing contract for lots of advertising like you. Here, you take over Asgard. Okay, do you understand? Ragnarok. God, you guys are such fucking assholes. They want to go deeper and deeper into hell every day. It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable being chemically poisoned. And it agitates cancer cells in your body that you can recover from without having to be cloned. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I can recover from this without having to be cloned. Okay. I mean, if you try to point, it's like Spock, getting in the thing, or Captain Kirk, and then they use Khan's DNA to revive him because he's the hero. What do you need a nuclear reactor for to go to space if you can? Okay, what's the nuclear energy for? Well, the nuclear reactor is to be aggressive and abusive because you're destructive to your own planet, and then you go find other people that are destructive to their planets, and you engage in conflict with them with war machines, right? Okay, why don't you teach them how to live the Lord's Prayer? You're supposed to be intelligent, highly evolved, and supremely intelligent. Okay, look, guys. If nobody has a nuclear weapon, no one can blow everybody up with a nuclear weapon. So why are you building nuclear weapons? Okay, if you don't do it, you don't do it. That's like saying if you don't rape your dog, somebody else is going to do it. Like I used to tell the drug dealers in lockup. Well, if I don't do it, Mr. Parson, somebody else is going to do it. That's ridiculous. That's like saying if I don't rape Zeke, somebody else is going to rape Zeke. That's just gross and disgusting. Then stop selling drugs. Stop making movies about it. Tell 50 Cent he's a complete fucking pathetic asshole and he needs to shut the fuck up and not talk in front of children or have other people pretend to be talking about dysfunctional relationships for money in front of children, holding food, housing hostage, and giving us things called healthcare, which is drugs, electroshock therapy, and lay back and enjoy the rape. Hey, look, it's Tommy, it's Connie Chung and Bobby Knight there. He was taught how to coach basketball at West Point. The Labrador Retrievers, Give me a Labrador and I'll retrieve it, right? Oh, were you raised by Mel Blanc and Dr. Seuss too? Well, that David Rockefeller show knows what he's doing when he puts his pants on in the morning, right? The great American melting pot. Lots of money in the melting pot. Don't want to live the Lord's Prayer, not in the melting pot. Don't have to live the Lord's Prayer until we're dead with Joel Goldstein, Magic Real Estate right next to Creflo Dollars and Joyce Meyer's melting pot. Do you understand? Even if you clone yourself, you're still dead. You're just perpetuating eternal wretchedness through a physical replication of a science project that's a pervert that is still the mind that's strapping the soul, and the pervert that's you. And then if you put your brain on a robot, Megatron and Optimus Prime isn't a hero. Well, he is a hero. You invented the word because you're not a gracious good shepherd. So Optimus Prime is a hero, but not a gracious good shepherd. Neither Jazz nor Bumblebee be, right? It's just a murdering robot to kill other people that clone to perpetuate eternal wretchedness through fighting and fucking over money. So you could be the star. Well, wow, he is the greatest dancer. Wow, that I've ever seen, right? Eugene, babe, the queen, the greatest girl I've ever seen. See us, Jake, on the movie screen. Billie Jean, James Dean. Boo-doo-boop-boop-doo-doo-boop. Rock on. I liked the song when I was younger. I'm beginning to like it less. What song do you like? All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Life being eternal, grace being infinite. I need someone. I need a wife that's faithful and one who lives the Lord's Prayer too. Moses had Zipporah. Muhammad had Khadijah. All right. Jesus had Mary Magdalene. Right. David had wives. And they wanted to live the Lord's Prayer, but they kept killing all the kids. It was horrible. David, I love King David so much. He's so beautiful. Those propaganda movies suck. Money, 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 money. Fuck for money. Fight, kill, fuck for money. There's nothing David Rockefeller's clones can do about me. There's nothing Donald Trump could do about me. Because it's so intriguing without. It's so whatever is it? What is it? Something without me. Guess who's back? Back again. Life's eternal grace is infinite. Adam Moses, Javis John, eternal friend. Hi, Saladin. Hi, Blaise Pascal. Just, hey, eternal wretchedness. Hey, what's that smell? It's backstage at a Leonard Skinner concert with a bunch of groupies. Oh, are they blue-eyed teenage groupies that do anything we say? Where's our genuine Indian guru? Raj Patel went to the store. He went to get a Frappuccino. Okay. But what about Deepak Chopra? Oh, his daughter, he went to a wedding and his daughter married a Christian singer with a promise ring, and they promised to keep making money and fighting to fuck over it till the end of time. You can't do that. Jesus told me that in Sierra Vista, be as selfish and stupid as you could possibly be, and then try to keep going. Oh, right. Okay. But you think Raj Patel would have told us that? He's supposed to be such a fucking genius, right? Okay. Who else? What else? Brian Cox, everybody. Oh, come on. Michio Kaku, greatest genius in the history of geniuses. Even a greater genius than Albert Einstein. They're all greater geniuses. Stephen Hawking, a greater genius than ever. He accessed and he composed on things that he had no aspect of control over and tried to explain it to people and say that the essence of the universe was an invention by crazy people to replace his brain with their brain. And that's what they say to me. Well, no. And then they always just, I have no problems with my brain. No. I have brain injuries from people like Stephen Hawking because they're jealous of me, because it's like, how come my life's in the book of Revelation and yours isn't? Well, Steve, boom, boo, doo, 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 doo. That's what your mother said last night. Okay, boo, doo, doo, doo. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm Sean Connery. It's Alan Trebek. Hi, Will Ferrell, how's it going? Okay, nice day. Okay, hey. Don't go running around with a cougar in your car. It's Lucky Charms on your wheelwear, not cocaine. Okay, you're going to be okay. All right, peanut butter on your ladies. Okay, have a nice day. But you don't let Sacha Baron Cohen and kiss you in the mouth. Kick him in the dick before he ever gets a chance to. Yeah, and don't try to sell him Cheez-Its. No. You don't want to buy Cheez-Its. Cheese is better. Cheese is better than Cheez-Its? Yes. Digest better. Cheese digest? Yes. It's a food product. It has these bacteria and things like that. It does digest. What causes problems with digestion is stress and chemical toxins and then abuse while resting. If you can't properly rest, your body has trouble recovering from the abuse from toxic poisoning. Yeah. So I had lots of opportunities to join certain groups, left and or right, okay, now I'm having sex with the angel I always dreamed of. Yes, I am, and he is so gorgeous. Okay. And the only person that helps him keep his prostate going is supposed to be this lady that was abused by the Temple of Set Illuminati and their business partners, and how it affected her beautiful daughter, and it affects her sweetheart, beautiful daughter. So little cutie, the plum and the buggy snuggy. That's why I've been so depressed for the last 3 months. Yeah. It's horrible. What the Temple of Set Illuminati did, and Scientology and all the rest of those groups and the Vatican and the Quorum of the 12 did to Amy Suzanne Faber, and how it affected her beautiful little girls and her strong little cute sons. And Steffi and her son too. Yeah, similar things happen there too. And everybody's, but they'll protect the person that groomed them, and they'll watch you be tortured. Yeah, I saw the movie Atonement. It's not lost on me. I get it. I understand. And I understand that my family will pray to Jesus for their basketball teams to win tournaments to make more money instead of stand up for the Lord's Prayer with the living Messiah. I get that. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm going through torture, through chemical poisoning, through the people you go to church with, and you're playing for their advertising to make more money and for their kids to win games for, oh, son of a bitch. That's horrible. It is horrible, but I always tell people, don't pray to Jesus if you don't want Earl to find out if I know who you are. I don't want to know. Rockefeller, you suck. Technically, he knows he does. Yeah. He gave him a game that they're addicted to. And he said they'll never stop playing the game. They'll kill you to keep playing the game. And then they'll pray to their alter ego to win the game. We put this on your phone so you can make lots of money. Okay, money's not real. Okay, advertising, huh? Yeah. What's that smell? What's your name, little girl? What's your name? And it's horrible. We're not going to have sexual predication and grooming like we have on a mass scale today. Okay. When we're applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer, and we've eliminated the economic servers of all virtual presences in people's houses. IBM Watson, elementary, my dear, 2 times 2 is 4. It's cool. I get it. I've been explaining this for years. I explained it to them in Sierra Vista when they had all their top scientists at Fort Huachuca come up and challenge me, and I was like, dude, just do this. No, okay, it's not time. I don't understand addicts. Okay. In 8 months, I can get and I did. And then I had chemical poison in the body, and everybody accused me of being a drug addict. And I would sit there and tell them, they sent me to the clinic, and I said, is there anybody in the military I can talk to that can help me out and help me recover, reward me for being so damn gorgeous, brave, amazing, and beautiful? No. Okay. So there's nobody with any intrinsic value in the military right now? No. They can tell themselves over and over to, I know it's your job and you're helping me. Okay, Ming the Merciless's daughter. You're gonna marry the other guy who had people that's okay. Yeah. Is but the guy with the flying sock city thing on Lou Swimmer's cartoon thing, is he going to build robots to keep his city floating with radioactivity that kills people? And if it's radioactivity that kills people, isn't that unhealthy for the people living in the floating city? And you know what I'm saying? Isn't that like living on top of Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island? And so maybe they'll assimilate to it, and then you become the Men in Black, and it's Vincent D'Onofrio's character. Okay, so it's wearing a human mask, but inside roach is squirming like a toad. If you give this man a ride, sweet memory will die. Killer on the road. Right? It's difficult being very humble. When there's nothing but a bunch of psychotic maniacs competing to be the best. It's very difficult being very humble. And the more psychotic maniacs we have competing the best, the more difficult it gets being very humble. Why do you think D.T. Suzuki and Judah Krishnamurti and Haile Selassie were so concerned and worried about me? I get it. Well, life's eternal, grace is infinite, and they're the eternal spirit of the Messiah, and so am I. And so it's like, this is the one that's like Adam, Moses, Jesus, John, and they are horrible to him. They hate him. Well, I can see why a lot of them get real mad at me. I'm very sarcastic and obnoxious and stuff. But to people that, we got lots of different people that, have the same faith as me and have a different way of presenting it. Muhammad, he's Aquarius. He's like Nancy Wilson, classy, 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 Aquarius. And then there's, me. Where all my party people at, the nurturing cancer that's, with a good sense of humor and kind of obnoxious and pretty much, straight up in your face, I profess just because the words are matter. And so, different strokes for different folks, there's all kinds of different people under every culture and light of the sun and stuff like that share the same faith as me. They just do it in a different manner that might be more pleasing to you. Right? Judah Krishnamurti, present civilization, it cannot last. It is based on human greed and not need. So there you go. There's one for you. He's like me, but different. Same, but different. Sam Divas football rules, right? And then there's GT Suzuki. Does it pay to be good? No, money's not real, so it's good to be good. There's one for you. And then usually what I'm saying, and all the obnoxious, party all night till the cows come home because we're living the Lord's Prayer and we felt a little rambunctious for a day. And then we kind of hushed, and then we got back up and then say, hey, we're going to have to party all night till the cows come home again. Why? It's Grandma's 87th birthday. Okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And so, rest, then party, dance, let's fall in love, all of me. Why not take all of me? And so, different strokes for different folks. Some people, da-da-da-da-da, bum, 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 bum. And then there's me. What are we doing? There's me. Cowboys and girls. We're still team dancing. We're still team dancing. So, there's different strokes for different folks. Everybody has their style of Messiah. I think that's great. All you liars out there, get your TMZ, stop asking for money, shut the fuck up, and stop gossiping. Mm-hmm. And sitting is not the new smoking, guys. Chemical poisoning is smoking, okay? Sitting down isn't getting chemically poisoned. You share caregiving, of course, and park all the cars, bars, and wars. Don't live on top of Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island for lots of energy for corporations to kill you at the local hospital. Sitting is not the new smoking, guys. Sitting is not chemical poisoning unless you live near the freeway. Okay, you go up to you're tired and you've been abused and chemically poisoned and you feel like you have to sit for 2 days in the Gila or in San Luis Obispo and stuff like that, you're going to feel better. And it's not going to like you smoked, If you wonder why I want to work smoking cigarettes and drinking wine and roasting mitten sits for 7 songs, if losers all you think I am, I guess that's all I'll ever amount to be. And got those smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee blues. Do you understand? So you're going to be okay. Well, I'm the Messiah, and I'm the party people Messiah. Not everybody's Messiah. Just all the people are like, this is what Jesus is like. I see why all those crazy idiots that need him to die to pay for their lying to fight over money made him into a god. He is fun and he's cool. I got to party with that guy. Okay, and we got to protect all children from sexual grooming, from home invading manipulation perverts at NASA, right? Right, thank you. Okay, how do we do that? By living the Lord's Prayer, not hunting them down and killing them. Why, you voted for president and you wanted their money to fuck. So, sinner, you sure you want to go to my party? Don't say anything out of line. I'll kick your dick to the back of your pelvis faster than you can say lickety-split, Holmes. Cowboy Wayne, you better learn how to do yoga or do lots of masturbating because Judith had just psychoanalyzed you. And I set her down and said, Judith, take a pill. It's okay. We're living the Lord's Prayer. Okay. You see what I'm saving? I'm saving, that too. Okay. So ask yourself, are you an Epstein Filer clone? Peace.